Good morning, good people. This is your Poolproof Wisdom Moment. I'm here today to make you a promise, and it begins this way. You know, all of those things that you have lived with and lived through, the triumphant joys, the inestimable losses, the pain, the suffering, the great memories, the wonderful loving relationships, the challenges where you thought that you'd lost your very being, all of the things that you have looked at through your life that have consistently helped you define who you believe yourself to be. All of these things, I promise you, are purposeful. They are not just happenstance or coincidence. Everything is here to teach us a lesson. And when you open up to learning those lessons, no matter what the circumstance, no matter what the environment, no matter who the person or persons may be, you allow yourself to grow. Growth is the greatest form of adaptability that any human can know, but you have to be willing to allow it to happen under all the circumstances you will encounter. That's because it's easy to only want the good times. I mean, let's face it, good times are great. When we can look at life and only think about the good stuff that's happened to us, we know that we are, of course, enjoying life. But I want to tell you that there's enjoyment that is possible in life when you realize what you've overcome, the obstacles that you've somehow been able to utilize to help you move forward. The fact that when you have lost much, you've gained more. All of these things are important. But if we think that we can situate ourselves only in those places where the joyful things happen and live a full, rich, enduring life, we are mistaken, because our growth is only as possible as our experiences, and no experiences that are only filled with positive ones are able to help us understand the breadth and the depth of who we can possibly be. You know, it's always interesting to me that we think that we are who we are, but we are in a constant state of becoming. Every day we become someone who's different, someone who has a different point of view, someone who changes from what he or she thought that they would be in terms of becoming more. And when you become more, it is a function of everything. So I want you to embrace it. I promise you that if you let yourself take your whole life to help define your real life, you will become the person that you were intended to be. Now, I don't know what you subscribe to in terms of your belief system, but in mine, I always say that God gives me a chance every day to become more of the me He wants me to be. And that's what I commit myself to every morning, every day. And if you can do the same, I want you to know that one day, at some point, it will all click. You let go of all of the worries, all of the frustrations, all of the concerns, all of the doubts, because what you're certain of is that you are already on the right path. You always have been. You just didn't know it. But the moment that you open up to accepting all that life is, all that life can be, and all of the things that are necessary for you to become that person you're intended to be, that, my friends, is the point where you become free. And freedom is the most uplifting and wonderful experience you can have, that is born of your indwelt spirit, helping you realize the potential that you have and not just the limitations that you've experienced. That's your Poolproof Wisdom Moment for today. Find my podcast, Poolproof Wisdom. Did I say it that way? Find my podcast, Poolproof Wisdom, on Audible, on Anchor, on Apple, on Google, on Overcast. Pretty much any place you want to look for a podcast, you'll find me there somewhere. You can also find my latest book, I Am My Own Cause, the third act, Surviving and Thriving, available in audiobook form on Audible, as well as in print form on Amazon and online booksellers everywhere. Get up, get going, and live into the you that you are becoming. Have a great day, everybody.